A couple years ago, I met a new volunteer at one of our community service ministries. This person does not belong to any church and, in fact, has no intention of joining one. Like so many, Christianity has been a turnoff for her. She has seen too much hypocrisy from people who call themselves Christian, and she carries disappointment from that. And yet, there she was, serving meals with joy and kindness. Her involvement came not from a program, but from a simple invitation. Someone from our church invited her to help. And when I think about her, I am reminded of the words from First John: God is love. Her compassion didn't come from a pew or creed, it came from the gift of love that God has planted in every human heart. That's the mystery of it. Whenever someone shows mercy, whenever someone cares for a stranger, whenever someone chooses kindness over indifference, we catch a glimpse of God. Because if God is love, and if love lives within us, then every act of genuine love is an experience of God. Well, we also need to be honest. As Brian McLaren reminds us in the book, Do I Stay Christian? Many people leave because deep wounds. Some have been hurt by exclusion, racism, sexism, or the rejection of the LGBTIQ plus people. Others have grown weary of hypocrisy of churches, preaching love while practicing judgment. Some struggle with church alignment with politics or the resistance to science and learning. These wounds are real, and for many, they are enough to say, no, I cannot stay Christian. John doesn't dismiss that pain, but it offers a different lens. He writes, no one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is perfected in us. In other words, the proof of God is not in an institution's success or in flawless doctrine. The proof of God is love. If love is present, God is present. And the clearest picture of this love is Jesus. God's love was revealed among us in this way. God sent his only Son into the world so that we may live through him. Jesus embodies love so radical that he heals, welcomes, and sacrifices. If the church loses sight of that, it loses everything. But if people remain centered in this, on the God revealed in Jesus, who embodied love even in suffering, then it is still a future worth belonging to. If God is love, then we experience God not only in worship or doctrine, but in every act of love. When a friend sits quietly with someone grieving, not fixing, but being present, God is love revealed. When a stranger stops to help after a storm, compassion is a glimpse of God. And when a volunteer who wants nothing to do with the church or Christianity shows up to serve the hungry, God's love shines through her compassion. Love is not limited to those who carry the name Christian. Love is wider, deeper, and bigger than the church itself. Yet, it is the very thing that the church is called to embody. Some may walk away, and yet, love has a way to holding people together when nothing else can. Love says, I will stay, not because it's easy, but because people matter. That's what it means to stay Christian for love. Not because the church has all the answers, not because he has never failed, but because somewhere in the midst of all the mess, the love of Christ keeps breaking through. And that love is worth holding on. So, how does it look for us to stay in love in 2025? Love one another here. Our witness began in the community with forgiveness, kindness, and generosity. Love our neighbors in a divided world. Compassion is the testimony that God is real. And love beyond borders, Christianity, at its best, is global, diverse, and open, reflecting the God whose love knows no bound. First John reminds us, no one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is perfected in us. That's why I stay. not because the church and the people is flawless, but because I have seen glimpses of God's love shared among you, in meals cooked and burdens carried and forgiveness offered. Love is the reason to stay. Amen.
I'm Sean Stanfield. I'm one of the pastors here at the Vine United Methodist Church, and we're just excited that you're with us today. We are a digital church with physical expressions. A physical expression means that we also do what we call branch groups. These are physical groups out in the community where you exist. We want to make sure that you're connected in spaces, and you can either be in home groups, you can be in third spaces like coffee shops or restaurants and those kind of things, because we're not designed to do life alone. So I want to encourage you, say, hey, where do I find a branch group in my area? We would help you with that. Or maybe you're the one that says, I want to start a branch group in my area, and I have people who want to come alongside me. Reach out to us and we will help get you through the training and help guide you and what that would be like. Come and join a branch today.